Ano nga ba ang JavaScript? Ang JavaScript ay isang scripting or programming language na nagbibigay daan sa atin para magkaroon ng complex features ang ating mga web pages. Katulad ng paglalagay ng interactive maps, animated 2D, 3D graphics, photo slideshows, interactive forms, at iba pa. In most cases, ang JavaScript ay ginagamit to create responsive, interactive elements for web pages and enhancing the user experience. It is one of the three core technologies of World Wide Web content. Ang unang core technology ay HTML. Ito ay ginagamit to define or handle the content of web pages. Second is the CSS or Cascading Style Sheet. Ito naman ay para sa pag-specify ng layout sa ating web pages. At pangatlo ay si JavaScript na ginagamit to program the behavior of web pages. Ang tawag din kay JavaScript ay interactive layer. Ito ay nag-run sa browser at nag-i-interact with the HTML markup and CSS rules to change what you see and what you can do. So in short, ang JavaScript ay isang scripting language na kung saan inaalaw tayong gumawa ng mga small programs na nagra-run sa mga browsers at minumodify ang HTML and CSS ng current document natin. Ano nga ba ang pagkakaiba between Java and JavaScript? Lilinawin lang natin, they are not related. Ang magkaparehas lang sa dalawa ay may word na Java sa kanilang pangalan. Ang JavaScript ay originally called Mocha, then na-rename ito to LiveScript, and finally to JavaScript when Netscape and Sun Microsystem did a licensing agreement that included the language. At that time, sikat na sikat ang Java programming language. Kumbaga, parang marketing strategy na din ng Netscape Corporation na sumabay sa kasikatan ng Java programming language. Kaya ganun ang pinangalan nila. Ang creator ng JavaScript programming language ay si Brendan Eich. Siya ay isang American technologist and he co-founded the Mozilla Project, the Mozilla Foundation, and the Mozilla Corporation, and served as the Mozilla Corporation's Chief Technical Officer and briefly as its Chief Executive Officer. So clear lang natin, if we want to build an application that run on its own on a computer or other device, you can do so using Java. If on the other hand, gusto nating gumawa ng interactive website, JavaScript is what we're looking for. According to Stack Overflow's 2020 developer survey, JavaScript is the most popular language among developers for the 8th year in a row. Nearly 70% of survey respondents reported that they had used JavaScript in the past year. The major reason bakit ito napaka-popular ngayon is the fact that JavaScript is versatile. Pwede itong gamitin sa front-end and back-end development, pati na din sa websites and application testing. Ano nga ba ang ibig sabihin ng front-end and back-end development? Ang front-end of a website is everything that you see when you're navigating around the internet. From fonts and colors to drop-down menus and sliders, CSS, and so on being controlled by your computer's browser. Ang mga front-end developers ay responsible for a website's user-facing code at yung architecture ng website immersive user experiences. Ang mga front-end developers ay dapat marunong sa HTML, CSS, and JavaScript programming. Saan kaya natin matatagpuan ang mga data na pinapasok natin sa website? Yung mga videos, photos na ina-upload natin sa Facebook, saan kaya napupunta? Dito pumapasok ang backend. The backend of a website consists of a server, an application, and a database. A back-end developer builds and maintains the technology that powers those components, which together enable the user-facing side of the website to even exist in the first place. Mayroon din tayong tinatawag na full-stack developer. Ito ay ang mga developer na marunong sa front-end and back-end development. Ang JavaScript frameworks ay collections ng mga JavaScript code libraries na nagbibigay sa mga developers ng mga pre-written JS code to use for routine programming features and tasks. Literally, a framework to build the website or web applications around. These are the top JavaScript frameworks for 2020.